Hey everyone, this is Anjanette from AJ's Personal Touch. This is Vlogmas Day 2. I almost skipped doing today's vlog, but decided I would come on for just a couple minutes because, as I told you before with this vlog, and how I'm just keeping it real, um, showing you how things are with me. Um, if you can tell, I'm wearing the same clothes from yesterday. Sometimes if it's my comfy clothes, like this is my comfy top when winter hits, when cold weather hits, fall in that. So I wear it a lot. Um, so you'll probably be seeing it a lot. Um, but actually, if you can tell by my voice, I'm pretty wore down. Um, I almost skipped today, like I said, but I think I said I can't think. I don't know exactly what I said. Um, Tell me down below, have you ever, in the comments, have you ever gotten so into your work that you just lost reality on time and everything around you until you got it done because you were so close to getting it done? Well, that's what I did because I was so close on getting that dog sweater done. Well, it's done and it is gorgeous. I love it. I'd show it to you, but it's on the blocking pad and I literally cannot get up and walk to take anybody anywhere to show you anything on my computer. So, I will show it to you later. I will try to make sure that I show you the whole order before I send it out. I have to get the hat done. I'm really upset with myself for wearing myself down so much because I gotta get the hat done. Um, but if I would have slept when I should have went to sleep and then got up and worked on it, I'm still going to be sleeping around the same amount of time. Unless my body decides that it needs a whole day to recuperate tomorrow, then I will be really upset with myself. Um, but I have not been letting myself take whole days anymore. I used to sleep when I would have a day like this, or because of pain, because I'm in quite a bit of pain right now. My baby's trying to take care of me. Usually she is gun shy when it comes to me being on the computer on the cam. Excuse her as she moves around. 'Cause she can usually tell when I'm on cam, and she usually does not like being on cam. Um, but when Mama's not feeling good, she takes care of Mama. So this is Kalua. She's my baby. She's my rescue baby. I've had her for, oh, how many years have I had you now, baby? I got you in 2014. So 7 years. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, this is my baby. I love my baby. Um, and I must be pretty wore out because our other baby, our male baby, Halford, he was just sitting over here, looking at me like, "Mama, you okay?" And once I looked at him and he figured I was doing okay, he went to bed to lay down with Dad, which is his person. Um, I'm her person, and my husband is his person. But he will switch off and take care of me when he needs to. So, his main person is my husband. He's not like her, where she has just one person. She'll go to my husband, but she won't like jump in his lap and let him pet her that way. She'll let him pet her when she's on the floor, but she won't get in his lap. She won't cuddle with him, which is one reason why we got Halford so he could have a cuddle baby. Um, anyway, I totally went off on a tangent from where I was. And I'm sorry if you're having a hard time hearing me. My voice, I didn't realize when I decided to go ahead and tape that my voice was shot. Which must be why my husband was so concerned and he kept on saying, put the computer down and go to bed. Um, but I don't know. Also, tell me, are you pattern collectors? And when the crochet blogs come around, the blog hops come around every month, do you have to get the patterns from those? I do. And so I just made myself stay awake for the last, I literally sat here falling asleep for the last couple hours. And I'd sleep for like 15 minutes and wake back up, making sure that I got my blog hops for today. And yeah, and I love like collecting patterns because you never know when the right one's going to come along. Um, the order that's going out right now with the dog sweater and the two matching hats, well, that's going to go out. The hats came from a blog hop, um, from one in November. I happened to be chatting back and forth with the person making the order, and I was saving patterns at the same time, and this pattern came up, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, you have to see this! Perfect!" And she looked at it, and she was like, "You don't have to send me any more hat patterns. That's what I want. I want that pattern." So I just knew it was perfect for her. She's an old friend of my daughter's, and I think I've said this before. She used to call me mom, so I knew her pretty well and her taste pretty well. At least I used to, but now I haven't really talked to her in years because she went to college and she's now graduated and she now has her own career and moved to California, and so um, but she still pretty much has some of the same tastes that she used to have. I can remember my first hats that I ever made was for my daughter and her four friends, and gave them to her. I gave them to my daughter to give them for Christmas one year. So yeah, I was always making and giving to her and her friends. So anyway, what I was asking before is, have you ever gotten so lost in a project that you just lose track of time? It's been happening to me so much lately. Not as much with crocheting, but with my yarn tech, with the pattern I've been working on. So finally, when I realized that the designer that I'm working with, she didn't need the pattern for a while, I was like, do you mind if I stop? I've got to get my crochet done. I've got to get my orders done and out the door, especially once I found out that I have to have surgery. So, and she was just gracious, and she was like, sure, I don't need it. Go ahead and, you know, get your stuff done, and then we'll come back to it. So, anyway, that I spent a couple different nights all night long where I would sit down, and because my time was already off, I'd sit down at like 6 o'clock at night, and I'd finally have time to sit down with it because I wasn't making dinner and I wasn't taking care of the cats, or whatever I was doing, done with appointments. I think I was dealing with a lot of appointments when I first got it, and I was trying to finish up an order that the infinity scarves that I sent out. I was trying to get that done when it first came in. So when I first sat down with it, it was like 6 o'clock at night, and the next thing I knew, after getting so engrossed in it, is that it was like 9 o'clock the next morning. my adrenaline got working, and I kept telling myself, you need to stop and go to bed. But oh, after I'm done with this, bro, then I would find an issue or a problem, and then I'm like, oh, let me write this up in the notes, and then after this, or after that, and I just got so excited, and my adrenaline got running, and I just couldn't go to bed, and I was just so pumped that I was up. So, um, with chronic pain, there's a lot of up and down like that. You get a lot of times where things just start to click, and you're like, wow, I haven't felt normal. I haven't felt okay to do things in a while. And then when you do feel okay, you just way overdo it. So, and I overdid it last night with the pattern, but it's done. I'm going to sleep. I will be up in the morning. It's 9:20 p.m., so I should be able to be up by 8, unless I said, like, my body has decided to take over for a while, then I will sleep till noon, and get up to do things. So I did not get my baking done. Um, so if you still want to vote between brownies and banana bread, let me know because it's going to get done. um, I've been pumped to do some more baking. I just wanted to get that done. I couldn't stop to take a break. But I know once I start working on the hat, like the first time I worked on the first one, I'll get to points where it's like, okay, I've got to set this down for a little bit. I need to do something else, and that something else will be I'm going to make something. So, since I've had more energy to do things, and I have not been just stuck to this couch like I was for the last couple of years, since my new meds have been working so greatly. Um, Between the Cabanuva that I'm on for my HIV and the new Creon. Well, I don't know if Creon is new or not, but it's new to me. The Creon that I was put on to take when I eat, and it helps digest my food. Um, I have been doing exceptionally better, and I have had more energy. Plus, my husband and I started taking a drink that we had researched a little bit, and it's been working for us. It's a Dr. Gundry product. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of him. Um, if you take one of his products, let me know. Um, but it's really working for us. And I can really tell with my husband. My husband has a lot more energy. It helps give me energy. Not as much as he's, but it has been helping a lot. I can tell when I haven't taken it, which I skipped it today, not meaning to. Just I got into everything, and then by the time it was time, I was too tired, and I didn't want to take it because it gives you an energy boost, and I didn't want it to boost me to be up even more. So I needed those little cat naps during the day to help me, so that when I do go to sleep tonight, I'm not going to be sleeping all day tomorrow. So, um, so yeah, that's Vlogmas too. All I did was I finished the dog sweater. I sorted through at least 200 buttons to find buttons to put on it, and gave the person who ordered the sweater a choice between 3 different sets that I found, and realized that I have to buy some buttons in the 1 inch size because I've gotten different assorted buttons from Amazon, which are great. Um, but when you need like 6 of the same kind, it may be a little hard to find them. I was lucky to find 3 different sets, but that was out of 2 different bags. So the first bag I only found Well, the first bag I actually found 2 sets out of. Second bag I found a set that I liked, but I found another set that could have worked, but I put it away. But I definitely need to get some 1 inch buttons. Um, there's a lot more of the smaller buttons and a lot more quantity of the smaller buttons. But this one ended up really cute. There were 2 buttons that I was going to hold on to for myself, but they were just too perfect for this project. They have paw prints on them, and they're coconut buttons. And since she has to wash it by hand, I figured coconut buttons are fine to put on this project because you're not supposed to put coconut buttons in the washer. So, and she already knew because of the yarn she picked out. I already warned her that she was going to have to hand wash um, the dog sweater and lay it flat to dry. And she was like, "Oh, that's fine." Um, being that they're in California, they were only going to be using it a couple times in the season anyway. And it was okay. I just wanted to make sure she knew. And anyway, these buttons are just so cute. I found 4 others that they match, but because of how coconut buttons are, you get the different colorings in them, and they just all look so nice. If you're familiar with dog sweaters, you have like the breastplate that you make on it, and then it has the back plate that comes around, and normally that will button to the breastplate, and so I needed 6 buttons. So what I did was I had the 2 top buttons the same, and then the 2 middle buttons I did the paw prints, and then the 2 bottom buttons I did the same kind as the 2 top. So I'll show you guys that later, but it came out really, really cute. And I don't really have a lot of thread selection, so I used my yarn to sew the buttons on, which worked. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the yarn is too big. I did try to separate the plies and do it that way, but I'm assuming because there is alpaca in the yarn, it pulled apart when I tried to use it. So there was wool and alpaca in it. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm going to go to bed. I'm literally going to shut this down and start the upload so that it uploads on its own, and I'm going to bed. So I will see you guys tomorrow on Vlogmas 3. I hope everybody is having a very merry, happy, happy holiday season. Remember that you are special. Remember that you are beautiful. And remember that you matter. And even if you don't think so, remember that you matter to me. And seriously, if anybody out there feels upset or depressed ever, please use my email address and send me an email. And if I happen to miss it, because I have days like today where I'm just looking for my blog hops and other things can just fall through the cracks. But I always try to check my business email and look through it pretty well. Um, just send me another one. And I would love, to be here for you if you need it because I've been there. Believe me, I've been there. Um, after being diagnosed back in college when I was trying to go through pharmacy school and being so sick and not being able to make it through, believe me, I have ran the gamut of emotions, and I have used my friends. I have been through therapy. I know what it's like to be down, and I know what it's like to need people. So if you ever find yourself down and just needing to connect with someone, send me an email and I will be happy to be here for you. Um, I truly, truly care about all of you. So remember, you matter and you're beautiful. And Kalu and I care about you. And there's more people than just Kalu and I that care about you. So, anyway, I'm just repeating myself over and over now, and we're at 20 minutes. And I only meant for this to be maybe 10. So, I am going to see you guys later. Love you guys. Night.